Hello and welcome back to another live stream as we continue our McLaren journey on F1 Manager 23 as we have arrived at the Dutch Grand Prix. The summer break is now over. We missed the last one. We were in Spa. We had poor pace actually across Spa qualifying and the sprint, but we turned it around in the race. Good race for Oscar, finishing 13th I believe, and Lando coming away in 8th, grabbing us some more points and the fastest lap. So that was a surprise, but I've had a look during the summer break, bit of car analysis, and we do now appear to be the 7th fastest car on the grid. So we've got the Alpha Tauri and Alfa Romeos, which are certainly 10th and 9th. And then we're now basically around in that 6th, 7th and 8th fastest car with Haas and Williams. So it looks like Alpine probably now pulled ahead of us. So on some tracks, we might still be able to get Lando up there in that sort of final point-paying position, but it is going to be difficult now in the second half of the season. But if you are dropping into the stream, please do like the stream, really helps me out. And if you've not caught up with the latest episode in Spa, that is also out now and available on the main YouTube channel. But with that said, let's fly into the first practice session of the Dutch Grand Prix as Max's Ultras are ready and waiting. Hopefully see in their minds, see their Flying Dutchman dominate this weekend. So usual setup as we fly into practice, which is putting the damaged car parts on the car, running them as low as possible. Just an update on that, we have purchased a new ERS, which we will run on both cars, so likely to take a penalty across this weekend. I think I can make the gearbox. I'm pretty confident actually I can make the gearboxes last. Engines, not so sure, but I think, to be honest with you, I'm not going to buy a new engine, so if we get to the last two races and we struggle to finish or we're very slow, that's just going to be the price we pay. We don't want to be wasting 5 million twice basically for both drivers. It's going to be a waste of 10 million, so I'm not going to do that. So that's the only part hopefully we're going to buy this year unless we have an engine failure or something catastrophic like that. So yeah, no more money to spend on this car in total really. We're not doing any designs and hopefully not buying any new car parts. So with that, let's get into this first practice session.
Track should be green.
So Oscar out in the pit lane and we'll get Lando Norris right behind him. This first practice session in the Dutch Grand Prix. Let's hope for some quick setups to 100% if we can.
Yep, right there, check.
Loud and clear.
So we fly into the usual routine here, just looking for that 5 out of 5 feedback. And yeah, from there we'll work on the setups, see if we can get the guys shaped up, ready for Qualy. As I say, rest of this season may be a little bit dull in all honesty, because as I say, we are not designing this car. We've literally finished the last design and made the decision. I was running one design and every time that design finished I was replacing it with a new one. We started doing that probably from race 5, 6 of the season, but now we've reached the summer break and we're in the second half of the season. There is going to be no design work, so we're fully on research. So this car is not going to be improved, only going to go backwards. And as I say, heading into this one, the analysis shows us probably in 7th, fighting around 6th, 7th and 8th on the grid with Haas and Williams. So got a bit to do to stay in the fight for points. Let's call Lando in.
Oscar, is the car all okay?
And we got Oscar in as well. So pretty bad on the setups to begin with. Straight away, let's change that rear wing angle. So that was good. I wonder if we can go that way with that. Might have to slightly come... Yeah. Something like that for Lando. And Oscar is bad as well. So it's good on the front wing, good on braking stability. I'm gonna bring this right in. Let's go with that for Oscar. As I say, we are in Zandvoort with the Max Verstappen Ultras. Hoping, expecting Max to dominate this weekend, which he has done for most of this season on our first year in this McLaren journey. As we send the boys back out, and let's wait again for another set of full feedback.
Something seems wrong.
Copy, we're monitoring.
Come on, Oscar, we told you in the briefing that we'll be running a worn gearbox during practice, so... So let's forward this on then, looking for the second round of feedback. Let's hope we can get these setups in a little bit of a better window. It's a bad setup for that first run, but to be expected. As I say, I don't look for guidance, so to speak. I know some people play this game and look for sort of save their setups and remember them year on year, but yeah, just go into it, work the setup as we work through the weekend. Find it more enjoyable that way. But it's, of course, each to their own, as we've got 4 out of 5 for Lando, 3 out of 5 for Oscar. And we know we've got ERS damage, because as I say, we are running worn parts across both cars across these 3 practice sessions. Let's bring Lando in again.
Yeah, all good.
So setups changed to good.
Understood.
So let's see where we're at with this. Still struggling on that straight, so we need to bring that rear wing in a little bit. Front wing is also bad. I may have to go something like that. Let's try that for Lando. See if we can get a little bit closer. We'll get a couple more laps out in this session.
How's the balance?
Oscar's
okay.
reporting balance is good as well, so let's have a look what we're working with now on Oscar. Okay, so we're getting there. Braking stability is definitely off on that, so let's see if we can... We definitely go away with it. Probably want to bring this right in. Let's go with that on Oscar's. So as I say, we'll get a few more laps in this first practice session, but we won't get the full set of feedback. Of course, if you are dropping in the stream, even if you're dropping in and out, please do feel free to drop a comment. And do, of course, like the stream. Really helps the channel out as we're relatively new and we're trying to push our F1 Manager content. As we get both of the drivers back out into this first practice session. Let's hope we can get maybe 2 out of 5 feedback at least going into the second practice session.
That's the checkered
We do
flag.
get 2 out of 5 there, so that's fine. Just lost the chat momentarily there, that's sorted out. Well, that's the first practice session done. As I say, we're going to fly straight into this second practice session. Looks like we're going to have rain across the quali session, so that might mix it up a bit. So let's just drop these. Actually, we won't need to change those because we're halfway through our run plan. So jump into the second practice session. Then Lando out.
Oscar. So
Followed by
the track
Oscar.
will go green now.
So Lando's 3 out of 5 feedback, Oscar 2 out of 5, so they shouldn't be out there too long till we bring him back in, and then let's hope we've got this set up in a little bit of a better window. Lando should have that full set of feedback anytime now.
How's the balance?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, understood.
Okay, so we've got a couple of optimals. Bad on traction. Traction definitely needs to come into there. Straight's also not the best. We probably need to go there with the straights. What can we do here? What about our front? It's going to take it too much away, isn't it? Can't quite get there, can we, with that? That's going to bring it too far. If we move that rear wing anymore, we're gonna. Well, it could go that way though. This could work. This could work. This could work. Let's try this for Lando.
Any feedback?
Setup is good for Oscar as well. Let's see what he's saying.
Okay, understood.
It's up to 72%. Okay, so straights is bad here, so straight away we can knock that into there. It's definitely going to need to be around there. Try that for Oscar. I don't quite think it's going to be there, but we'll give that a go. We will get another set of feedback in this second practice session. We need to get these in a bit of a window shortly because we aren't getting a great amount of track acclimatization in whilst we're tinkering with setups. So 3 out of 5 now for Lando. So a couple more and we can bring him back in. May just let him run this stint actually, get a bit of track acclimatization whilst we can. I might let them both run this full stint actually, to be fair. Just so we don't compensate on that track acclimatization. Although he's coming in. We not refuel the car then? It's looking better anyway, so mediums. Just fill him up for a longer run. We'll just send him out.
I need some feedback.
Yeah, awesome job.
So we're optimal on the setup for Lando, so that's good. So we'll just let him run this rest of the session, then we can tinker if we need to, post-sesh.
I lost drive or something.
Okay, stand by, I'll get back to you.
Oscar's coming in. So he's at 93%. Optimal, great on traction. I wonder if that will get us where we need to be with Oscar there. Then we'll send them out. And we shall see how close we get with Oscar, but it's looking pretty good, to be fair. We've got a virtual safety car then.
There's a car stopped in turn 3.
Just be careful of debris. Everyone alright?
Yes, everyone is okay.
Hulkenberg is out of the session.
And virtual safety car deployed, virtual safety car deployed. Drive to the Delta.
Yeah, confirm.
Doesn't look like we're going to get a replay of that, unfortunately. But Nico Hulkenberg has binned it somewhere, and he is out of the session.
VSC ending.
Confirm.
13 minutes left, sorry, of this second practice session. We're getting some good track acclimatization in with both now. Should be well over 50% by the time we end this session. Tyres are going to be pretty worn towards the end here, but should be fine to get them to the checkered flag of the second practice session. It's now 52% track acclimatization for Norris, 48 for Piastri.
Oscar, how's the tyre now?
Struggling with front. Understood.
How are the tyres?
And we should get car parts knowledge
Yeah,
to
always.
100%, so
Okay, understood.
got new suspensions on these cars, but we won't have any new parts, so that will be 100% for the rest of the season. Lando heads in, he's finished his stint, and Oscar is now going to get the checkered flag.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
As we wrap up this second practice session. Good evening, Dino. Hope you are well. Nice Good Friday. So 97% setup satisfaction for Lando, so pretty decent to be fair. Are we going to be wet in this third practice session? Doesn't look like it. Let's just have a look and tinker anywhere. So it's on the front wing. Can we get that into a position? Perhaps there. Could be 100%er. Could be 100%er for us. Setup's unknown for Oscar because we've not quite got the feedback. So let's jump into this final. Oh, actually, what we'll do, let's allow Lando to run long. So we'll just revert to that 97% if we don't better it. So let's jump into third practice session. Sorry.
Okay, so that's a green light.
Oh, nice. A lazy one for yourself. Lucky you. I've been, yeah, out and about and all sorts today. So, yeah, wish I had a lazy one to be fair, but hope you had a good one nonetheless.
How's the balance?
So optimal for Oscar as well. So we're pretty happy with that. So let's just let him run through his session as well. Get that track acclimatization up. Hopefully give us the best chance as we head into Qualy. Just need to take a slight pause. I shall be back in 2 minutes. We'll just we'll run it on 1% whilst I'm away. Shouldn't be too much danger in doing that. We are back. Hopefully we're not anything major has happened. No, we're all looking pretty good. Right, let's get back into that. Right, did the Piastri running kind of looking at nice. Piastri's doing things then. Did you have you edited any Piastri stats, or did you just let him naturally develop?
How's the balance?
Happy with that. Think everything's fine.
I got another yellow
Understood.
flag as Esteban's had a spin.
Sorry for the cut.
Rain is expected.
Confirm.
What's Rain say? Okay. Okay, so... Might as well let Oscar sit in the garage for a little while then. Oh, lovely jubbly. 100% nailed for Oscar. Which is nice indeed. Let's just send him out for a little while, to be fair. It's not going to hurt us. As we continue with Lando. Do you turn the right thing?
Some starting to report rain.
Copy.
As the rain now's full, so let's... no, I don't, to be fair, Dino. I've never...
There could be some light spots.
I've always been not too... Although saying that, I have just used another ERS. But yeah, I've not been too bad with parts by the end of the year. So, not necessarily felt a need to. But, yeah, might be a good shout, to be fair. Because we don't want to buy any more parts the rest of this year. Okay, yeah. So, let's... Paxman, hello. How are you doing? Hope you are well. Playing on PS5, so PS is naturally trying for this.
Track conditioner.
Okay, yeah, so no editing on there at all for you, so I know it's good work. I know you're a few seasons in though, so that obviously helps, and as we said before, that simulator is a big plus as well. Inters, I think. Oh, at 99, we haven't got. It's fine. I'm not gonna mess about for the sake of 1%. Inters. Just gonna change to full. No, I think it's gonna stay inters by the looks of it. Good to hear, Paxman. Yes, I am very well, thank you. Enjoying the days off. 4 days off, so you can't complain about that at all. "20 minutes to go then in this final practice session. What's on the menu for you today then, Paxman? I know you normally drop in the chat a few different games that you're playing. What's in store this evening? As Lando should have a good chance of getting 100% track acclimatization. I don't think Oscar's going to quite get there. Obviously, that does bump up quite a bit as we get longer into the run, so might have a chance. Lando's looking nailed on to get it. These are probably going to be collectively our best driver preparations for the year, although we have got a full 100% before Oscar is coming in, so that is a mistake. Didn't really need to change tyres there, so that has definitely scrapped his track acclimatization. Unfortunately, Lando does get to 100% though. See if Oscar can get another % or two.
Good job, let's check it out.
Today I don't have any plans. Okay, no plans. Well, sometimes they are the best days or evenings where there's no plans. On 2028, he's 88 rated, if I remember correctly. He sat out a year after being dropped out. Oh yeah, I remember you saying you picked him up, didn't you, after that McLaren year? So, yeah, 88, that's pretty good going. Which, yeah, 90, wow. Brilliant. I've seen on some of the forums and the Reddits that people have sort of moaned about a lot of the F2 drivers, but I think once you get, depends how far you get in, when you're sort of deeper, I think maybe it's the AI. I don't know what I don't know if you know, Dino, in your save, what you're scouting, not that you need to replace your drivers, but if you scouted what the AI sort of F2 drivers that have come into the game are looking like, I think sometimes that could be an issue, that they don't develop as well unless you are sort of developing them. So as we finish practice in the Dutch Grand Prix, Zandvoort, we have a 99% driver preparation for Lando, 100% track acclimatization, 100% car parts knowledge, and just 1% off that magic 100% setup satisfaction, but we'll certainly take 99%. And Oscar Piastri, we just missed out on that track acclimatization as we didn't extend his stint long enough. So unfortunately, 91% track acclimatization, 100% car parts knowledge. He does get 100% setup satisfaction, and he's got a driver prep of 97%. So all in all, pretty happy with that. Driver prep of 97% for Oscar, 99% for Lando as we head into qualifying.
Our weekend continues.
So we just need to swap these car parts back. Definitely probably going to have to start running this engine as well in some quali sessions. Engine is really going to struggle towards the end of the year, so we may have to, as you say, start running a little bit lighter in the practice sessions, just to preserve a little bit more. We're pretty good on that. Oh, so yeah, that's fine. So let's jump into the first quali session. Yeah, we know we're going to get a penalty because we've got new ERS units on the car. Probably get away with not using them in qualifying maybe, but we will use them for the race anyway. So let's just go with it. So rain is coming, so we need to
Track should be green.
get out very quickly here. And just see what we can set these Q1 times as. So a couple of attempts off Alpine, that's probably where we are likely to be. So we could be through to Q2 with both drivers here, because for the rain hits and no one else is getting out. What we can do is quickly see if we can get them back out. So it looks like the rain is just hitting, so we may not get a lap in. Let's just see. And we're now going to get a whole load of traffic, so this isn't going to work.
Traffic.
Yeah, traffic. This is going to really ruin our runs here.
This could be difficult with traffic at the end of the lap.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a slow lap for Lando. Expecting a yellow first sector there. And it does indeed, so does Oscar. Most of these are on out laps, I believe. In laps, out laps, yeah, so I don't think anyone's really going to go quicker. This rain is going to get too heavy, I think, for these other guys. As these two drivers do move out of the way quite nicely. So, unfortunately, we are not going faster. No, we'll still finish the laps. But I'm hopefully pretty confident. I feel that no one else is going to go faster. So, Lando and Oscar across the line, not improving. So, I think... Unless it's gonna.
So you're P14.
Unless it's gonna dry up, which is not likely.
Copy.
I think we should be pretty safe in this first qualifying session. Yeah, it's not going to dry up quick enough, so I doubt we're going to see any cars on track for the remaining 6 minutes of this session. Does mean Lando and Oscar will both get through, and the real surprise, actually, just noticing that, is Esteban Ocon in the bottom 5 there, which is good for us. We're, as I say, battling now. The Alpines are really a little bit out of sight for us. We're battling more around the Hasses. K-Mag's got a nice little time in there, to be fair. Hasses and Williams, so if we can get rid of an Alpine, that's quite handy indeed. Might see Danny Rick, so I have put Danny Rick in the game, long overdue, but I thought it was about time that we binned off the Priest. Got Danny Rick in the car, so this is actually first race in the series, and looks like he's going to qualify dead last, which is maybe a little bit on form at the moment. He's not having a great time. So it's all is drying out, so given an error to put those and other softs on. Really, let's just, we are going to get some times in here then. Right out very quickly, actually, in the end. So that's unfortunate, because it does mean Ocon has got a chance to reprieve himself.
Let's go.
As far as I can remember, only Maloney... I didn't know what this yet was. Okay, in the 80s, not too bad, to be fair. Nice to see Mick back on the grid. I wouldn't mind seeing Mick back on the grid in real life, to be fair. I've seen some of that Lego Man and McLaren F1 plan. Yes, they have. I haven't got my hands on it. There's a larger scale one that they did a couple of years back, maybe 3 years back. I think they've just done a smaller model, I believe, alongside Mercedes. I believe have got a Lego model out as well. So yeah, finding the time for me, that's the thing. But I would like to have a go at some point. As we are not going faster again.
That is the checkered flag.
So Hulkenberg's across the line. So Ocon's on an in lap, so we might still be pretty good here. We're looking good. We are through, and Ocon, I believe, is out of session still. So that still worked out well for us in that first Q1 session. Are we starting with rain? We are indeed. Let's just jump in here. So what are we saying here? Rain all session is what we're expecting.
Sessions should be starting now.
So I think we just go straight out. Had to renew Chair's contract for next year, and he's gone from 6 million to 24. Jesus. Quadrupled his salary. That's not too bad if you can get it. I guess in his defence he'd say, well, look, I'm bringing in the results for you. I've earned it. Now you got to pay me it. Please no one come out here. They've not. Is everyone waiting for the track to come down a little bit? Piastri's lost it. Oh, Oscar's lost it here in the second qualifying session. Half his front wing's been lost there. Doesn't look like we're going to get a replay of that, though.
Drive to the Delta. And we are boxes lap.
All right.
Did Oscar not come in? There he is. I'll have to put a new front wing on then. Did we not put... Okay, hold on. Okay, that's fine. Let's put some fresh inters on. We need to get Oscar out really because he needs to get a lap in. But we should expect Piastri to set some green sectors here. As he does, because he's not really set a lap yet. Yeah, well, as I say, he's bringing in the results there, isn't he? 2 top 3 finishes, and now hopefully on his way becoming World Driver Champion by the looks of it. Yeah, as I've said, I think it just depends what team you're in at the end of the day.
Anyone in front that will back you up.
Being in, say, the Alfa, Romeo, sort of the environment you've got there, it's sort of perfect to bring in, develop young drivers. So let's see what Oscar can set then in his first proper run here in Q2. And it's not that great.
You're P14.
I could recharge on and box this lap.
Copy.
Let's say we're battling with Williams and Hatters. We're right amongst it at the moment on pass, but Williams showing a bit better pace around here at the moment. Lando's got a green sector though. He's got half a second to find even to Gasly in 11th. He's got 8 attempts to find to Sargent and Russell. Not quite seeing Albon's time there because he's on outlap. But I imagine he won't be too far up the road. So 2 green sectors for Lando. Hope we don't get traffic here. Should be good. We might get a bit of a slipstream on this final run to the core, on the final run to the start-finish line. What's it going to be for Lando here then? Bumps him up quite significantly there, up to 8. That's a good little lap from Lando. For now at least. Are we going to get some dry running in right at the end here? Ooh.
Oscar put that.
Got a yellow flag. We want to leave it as late as possible. These drivers are going to struggle now to get in and out, aren't they?
Now it looks like, yes, it is.
Albon's
Alex
crashed.
Albon's involved in that.
Ooh, lost the back end there. I think he'd managed to keep that going and get back, though. He has, but he's probably not going to set another time.
There's a car in the wall. Just make sure you have a good look around for debris.
So in other news, with William Joseph there speaking to Lando, we have got Bono joining the team in 2024. So William Joseph, if you watch the episodes, we cover it more there, but his contract's up at the end of the season. We went to renew. I think he's on about 1.4, 1.3 maybe, something around that. Can't remember exactly. We got up close to 1.6 million. He was still rejecting that. So I went for a bit of scouting. Went for the top dogs in GP and Bono just to see what they'd want. GP's not interested in joining the team. Bono was. And he wanted, I think, just over 1.9. I think we settled on about 2 million. So as I say, with William Joseph rejecting 1.6, we don't actually know what he would have accepted, but say he accepted 1.7, we're getting Bono for only £300,000 more and for a 5-year deal, and I think we're only signing, I think the sign-on is about £300,000. So, you know, all in all, from a monthly difference, it's not too much. So as it stands, William Joseph is out of the team, but he has got about 4, his stats are about +4 over Piastri's race engineer. So we might renew him and swap him over to Piastri. Yeah, we've not decided on that yet. Wait, you can take manual control. Yeah, unfortunately you can't drive the car. That would be pretty handy. But no, basically what manual is you can manage the tires, fuel, push, ERS, and the different things. Basically, if you see this in the race, you can do that. But for me, I'm pretty comfortable just having it on auto, to be fair.
Lando to lane.
So it looks like we're going to get
Switch
them
on pit lane speed limiter.
both out.
And just
2
stop the
minutes
mark,
till more rain, is that? Let's just have a look. Let's just have a pause here. What are we... Right, I think we should just get these out whilst we can get some dry running in. It's going up ever so slightly again though, isn't it? Anyone on any slicks? They are. In fact, everyone is. Even Albon was when he crashed. Is this just going to go over to 0.8, which normally sort of the cut-off? Right, let's have a look. What can we do here? Can we set a quicker time here? Everyone's on in-laps, so I don't think. There's not many cars out on the track now, so these laps are gonna count. It is a green sector, so hopefully we'll go green, because I think everyone else has now set a time on a dry compound tyre. So what are we looking to find here? Piastri needs a good 2 seconds. So both going green. Hamilton looks like he's had a bit of a mare. Bit of a mixed grid at the moment in terms of getting through to Q3. Sainz in the garage, so is Hamilton. So they are both out, and K-Mag. So the only drivers that can get out of the bottom 5 in Q2 at the moment are our 2 drivers, the McLarens. Can we do it? Can we make it happen? Oscar comes across the line. No, up to 12th. What is Lando going to do?
Okay, P12. If you could keep your pace up on the
Can Lando make it through to Q3? Yep. He can indeed. Bumps Alex Albon, who had that crash, down to the bottom 5. And we have a very, very interesting elimination zone in Q2 with Alex Albon, Carlos Sainz, Oscar Piastri in 13th, Lewis Hamilton, and K-Mag. Yeah, exactly, Dino. I think, as I say, from boss point of view as well, it makes no sense to splash out a load of cash on a top driver when you're in a team like that. Cheaper in getting a younger one in, take the time to develop, put that money into the car, your sim, other things. And, as I say, from what you've done, you've nailed it. I thought we could drive. I'll make myself some. Yep, make yourself some Dree. It's important. You've got to eat. You've got to eat. So, Lando through to Q3. I mean, all in all, it's not going to matter too much because we're taking those penalties. So, we're going to start at the back of the grid. But, yeah, interesting. Very interesting Q2 there. The weather mixing it up a bit. And, yeah, Sainz and Hamilton, the big names going out in Q2 there. And I think, in all honesty, we're not going to run in Q3. Okay. What is going on here? We've got some damaged car parts. It's fine. I think what we will do is we will simulate this. No, actually, no, I want to manage because I don't want them to run. So let's manage the session. We'll manage the session, but we'll just let it play out.
Track should be green now.
I mean, I'm just going to save the car parts. We'll probably... I mean, even with a 10th place, we could probably get Sargent, maybe get Hulkenberg. We're still going to drop to 18th. I believe it's 10th place we take, don't we, for the ERS, so I think it's worth just saving the tyres, saving the parts. I doubt anyone else is going to run now anyway, because it's gone to damp, although George is feeling a bit fruity. Fair enough, George, I don't know what you're hoping to achieve, but maybe just getting his eye in. He's got the track to himself as he's going to come into the pits now. So, Alonso looks like he's going to grab pole here. And there we go, end of session. So there we have it. Q3 results are in. And Fernando Alonso, the old boy, has grabbed himself pole, followed by Max Verstappen in his home Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc is in 3rd. Perez will start 4th. Stroll will start 5th. Russell 6th, Hulkenberg 7th, Gasly 8th, Sargent 9th, and Lando Norris didn't run. We saved our parts and tyres. and therefore qualifying 10th, but we will drop down the grid due to grid penalties, and Oscar Piastri the same in 13th, but will drop down as well.
The teams are making their final preparations down.
And there we go, 10 place grid penalties. Unfortunately, a lot of teams took these before the summer break. We decided why I did that is because, see, this car is dropping off in terms of development. So every race that goes by, we're getting less performance compared to our rivals. So there was no point taking that grid penalty early, because that's where we're at sort of peak performance. So whereas now we're going to probably struggle getting the points, makes more sense to take it now. So and hopefully you won't take any more parts for the rest of the season. That was the only one that we want to take. Very hard to make that ERS last. So let's have a look here. So there's not going to be any rain. What is the compound performance? Just half a second between the soft and the medium. We want to be on softs as much as possible here then. Only 3 temps between the hard and medium. But the hard will only go 4 to 7 laps longer, so softs and mediums. Softs and mediums definitely here. Don't think I will, because I think the hards just are not going to be great around here compared to the medium. I might go for a split strategy, which we might do something like this. How long will the hard last? Let's have a look. Hard will go a little bit longer. That might allow us to... Let's just create that. How many, what have we got for compounds? 1 medium, we've got 1 hard. Let's... just see what this is going to do. I don't think this will get us far enough. No. So the softs are going to be... John says that's slower, but Oscar is so bad on his tyres. We definitely need to remove restop. We might have to go long on those hards. Oh. I think we'll go something like that and see if we can extend. Still saying it's a lot slower though. We don't want. I think it's these hard tyres are just gonna kill it, isn't it? Still say they're quicker on standard. I think softs and mediums are the way to go. We'll go with that. We'll go with that with Oscar. Lando, we definitely want to start on some softs. We are going to push hard to begin with. We'll go something like that with Lando. So split strategy as in Oscar's going to go a longer run on those mediums to begin with. We're going to have Lando start on the softs. And what do we want? Standard to start with for Oscar. Cool beans for Lando. What I will do is save it here. Not planning to do the race on this stream, but what I might actually do is just do the first few laps. So we get a feel for where we're at. Yeah, Dino, the softs at the end are brilliant. That's why I do like to have those softs at the end, which we've done with both drivers here. Depending where the competitors are as well, if they've got, you know, if you can come out on fresher softs, you do a lot of work towards the end there. I think the only place I've made a free sort of work about is Coat. Yeah, just Oscar really with his tyre management can be difficult. Yeah, we'll see how we go. Right, with that, as I say, I'm not going to do too many laps on this stream. Hi, Paxman, welcome back. Yeah, not too many laps on this stream. This stream was mainly to get through the practice and quali, but because we skipped that final session of quali, what we'll do is make up with that and do a handful of laps in the race. So let's jump in to the Dutch Grand Prix.
Get ready for some fighting between the sand dunes here at the Dutch.
Here we go then, taking penalties, starting at the back of the grid. Split strategy. Lando needs to make some moves early on to make his strategy work.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Oscar might go light just off the start here.
So Oscar, we can look after this one.
There's Lando. Bold start. Can he get up to 17th here? Can he get Danny Rick on the inside? Ex-teammate? No, not looking likely there. We'll work through some of these laps. So what have we got tyre-wise around us? So Ricciardo's on the softs, quite mixed actually. George Russell, an outlier on the hards. He's definitely gone differently. Stroll only 90% on his soft, so he's probably going to be one of the first to stop. Apart from Lando, probably going to be Lando followed by Stroll, I'd imagine, on the first stops. Just want Oscar to stay on the back of these, so
Go, Kate. Push.
just preserve that for a little bit to begin with Oscar. Did you get some food, Paxman? And if you did, what did you get? Spill the beans. Unless it was beans, then don't spill your beans, eat your beans. Lap 2 then, we've got a bit of a DRS gap now between Bottas to Tsunoda. Danny Rick's looking pretty quick. These Alpha Tauris, these Alfa Romeos, probably the slurse on the grid. And Norris, once we settle down here and the AI start to reduce their pushing on their tyres, we need to get Lando past Danny Rick and Bottas pretty quickly.
No need to push the tyres.
Yeah, confirm.
And you Zhou. Piastri dropping off there. Piastri's just got to run his own race, really. Bottas is on the mediums, though, so that's kind of who he's got to compare himself to. Hey, pizza's pizza, Paxman. Frozen or not, can't beat it.
You need to push. Yeah, perfect.
So Lando is getting a little bit closer to Ricciardo now. Yeah, definitely, Dino. I will certainly with Lando. I'm trying to push Oscar back into that DRS. He's falling out of it. But we will do that with Lando. We've come off attack. But now his tyres are very hot at the minute. I think we need to give him some deployment here.
Confirm.
And overtake is available.
Yeah, confirm.
Let's see if we can get past Danny Rick here. A little bit of a DRS train building. I think Bottas is causing the issue here. We really need Danny Rick to get past Bottas. And that will give us the opportunity to as well. So I think we'll just bring things down for now. Whilst we just let that play out.
Tyre budget.
Yeah, confirm.
Apologies. No, you're not backseat managing at all. Good to be engaged in the chat. Give your opinions. That's what it's all about.
If you can, push.
Confirm.
Of course, if you're enjoying the stream, please do drop a like. Really helps me out. We are approaching the end of this stream. We're going for a mid-race save today. Weren't planning to do the race on this stream, but a little bonus for this evening. Danny Rick is still not past Bottas here, and Bottas is now 2 seconds back on Tsunoda. Piastri now very close to Zhou.
Perfect.
Let's see if we can get Guan Yu. Go on, Oscar. Sends it down the inside. Good work from Oscar. So we're up to 18th and 19th, taking grid penalties, so he moved down to the back of the grid. Lando would have started 10th. Piastri would have started 13th. You see a replay of that one.
There's the car of Piastri. There's the opening.
Lay on the brakes there. Good work from Oscar. Oscar on the mediums as well. So actually this is working well for Oscar.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Copy.
We'll drop him down to standard. You can see the problem here now. Danny Rick, we need...
Okay.
We might have to try a bit of attack just to get Lando past here.
Can use overtake.
Confirm.
And this looks like we're getting the job done here. On the outside. No, yes, maybe. Come on, Lando, get it done. I think if we get Danny Rick, we'll get Bottas. And that is Lando past Daniel Ricciardo.
Just be careful with this tyre.
Yeah, confirm.
You see a replay of that. Danny Rick tried to fight it, tried to hold on to it. And Lando put him onto attack, really pushing now. And got that move done. We need to get past
Up they
Bottas
go
on this
to
back
70.
straight, and then we'll be up pushing to Yuki Tsunoda.
Not easy to overtake.
So we look like we're already past
Keep
Bottas.
what you're doing.
Well, that's good work. So we are meant to be attacking this stint, so we can go back to attack now with Lando.
Okay, Lando, 100.
Let's
As we
take
see a
look at the
replay of that one as well.
Look at the McLaren driver here. It's certainly inviting.
Oscar Piastri is in a monster. I think it's more to do with Lando
that's
being
16th place now.
held up by Danny Rick and Bottas that he's so close. But this will be interesting because Piastri on that medium tyre.
Push now.
And we'll have a bit of a push with Oscar as well.
There's time to
Lando's
push
now
on.
3.3 behind Tsunoda. So Tsunoda was able to make a good gap there. See if we can get Danny Rick, and then we shall leave it there for this evening. Yeah, the driver cam is great. There's new cameras coming in the new game that I saw the dev call this week, and they're raving about them, but they haven't shown them off yet. As we go on board again, I think it's exactly where Norris got Danny Rick. And it looks like Piastri is going to do the same. He has indeed. And let's see if he can repeat Lando with going after Bottas on that start-finish straight as well.
Here we are then at the 11th corner.
So deja vu really for Danny Rick, seeing a McLaren taking him on that part of the track. And Bottas same is going to see some papaya straight back in his rearview mirrors. Here we go, this should be easy work for Oscar. Alongside now. And job done for Oscar. The Lando has closed. I think we're gonna pause. We're gonna pause the race there. Let's just watch this
we can
replay.
Take a look now. Now this was at turn 1. It's there for the taking.
Oscar Piastri, as expected there, getting Bottas on the start-finish straight. Let's just give it a bit of a pause and a round-up. We are going to do a mid-save race here. As I say, I wasn't expecting to do the race. What I'll do, actually, I'll resave over that just in case there's any nasty corruption that happens. But let's just weigh this up. So you can see Oscar was right on that train, wasn't he, before Norris got Ricciardo and Bottas, and Norris already pulling 3 seconds on Piastri, and he was 3.3 behind Tsunoda. He's now only 1.5, so you can see him in the background there. Nasty DRS train, though, that we're about to reach in terms of Hülkenberg all the way down to Magnussen. And Sainz is actually, and Hamilton's still in that, so they've not made any inroads at all. That is quite worrying as we reach that. What is quite good is Norris has not had to push his tyres too much. You can see even compared to the AI, he's actually, matching the best tyre management on there. So we've got plenty of tyre life for Norris. Piastri on the mediums as well. Similar for him, we've got a lot of life in these tyres. So although it took us a little while to get past those, things aren't looking too bad. Whilst this DRS train is nasty for overtaking, we could try and get to the back, conserve and extend, and try to overcut, which will allow us to really push on those softs at the end. So as I say, at the moment, this DRS train is all the way up to Sargent. We do expect after those pit stops, Sainz and Hamilton probably will be released. But that still means 10th place is a possibility and the final point. So, yeah, possibility of nabbing another point here. As I say, the stream was going to be Dutch practice and qualifying. We've had a little bit of a bonus of 7 laps of the race. If you're in the stream, you're not usually here, it's new to you. We are streaming this series on a Tuesday and Friday from about 7 GMT time. So we will be continuing this race on Tuesday from about 7:15. So please do come back to watch the continuation of that. Also on the main channel, we've got the latest episode of this series, which is Spa, episode 13, I believe. So please do take a watch of that one. And as always, like the videos, comment, and if you're not already, subscribe. And we shall be back on Tuesday to continue the Dutch Grand Prix. And hopefully we shall see you then. Have a good rest of your Friday. Have a good long weekend if you're in the UK. Enjoy your Easter.